So think of all of your favorite recipes from childhood, maybe the fried chicken, grandma's meatballs, whatever, and some of the things that you may be wanting to take out of your diet, like bread and breadcrumbs, but you want the taste you used to have. Well, today on Lean Healthy Ageless, we're going to give you a healthier version, and we have a guest with us, Susan Laughlin. She is the founder and creator of Nut Crumbs, a healthier alternative without sacrificing all the amazing taste. So we're going to make her meatballs today.
Hi, Robin and Danna here, and our guest Susan with Lean Healthy Ageless. And if you're a woman 45 plus looking to experience your best health, your best vitality, and your best body, no matter what your age, you are in the right place.
And we're not cooks, Susan, as you know.
That's okay.
the way we love being with you, to get some great healthy ideas.
Yes.
But they were also kind enough to feature nut crumbs in 2 of the recipes in their books. So we're here today and we're going to show you how to make some meatballs.
Okay, so Susan, I know we're going to make meatballs and we're not going to use the traditional breadcrumbs. What prompted you to create the Nut Crumbs product?
Yeah, so I created nut crumbs out of my kitchen. I had gained about 60 pounds when I was pregnant with my first son, and I had a really hard time losing it afterwards. And I'm a Jersey girl, so I bred everything. So I was looking for an alternative that fit my new healthier lifestyle, which was paleo at the time, and I couldn't find it, so I decided to create it.
I love it. So
Awesome.
Today, what kind of nut crumbs? Because you have a variety of flavors.
We do. We offer 4 flavors. Today we're going to use Italian. We also offer spicy, original, and our coconut curry mix. They're all delicious. You can use them in any recipe you would normally use breadcrumbs in. Our Italian mixture has pecans, almonds, and cashews, and then it has garlic, parsley, basil, salt, and pepper.
And Susan, are each flavor different nuts, or are they all the same basic nuts with different flavorings in them? Or?
Yeah, so they all have almonds and cashews, and then 2 of our flavors have pecans, and the other 2 have pistachios.
Oh, yum.
Yeah. So for this meatball recipe today, we took a pound of ground pork and a pound of turkey. If you're not a pork fan, you can do all turkey. If you like to make your meatballs with veal and ground beef, you can use whatever meat mixture you would normally use in your meatballs.
So 2 pounds.
2 pounds total. This makes quite a bit of meatballs, so this is enough. You can half the recipe if you want, if you're a small family or cooking for 2 people. So we have our meat in the bowl. We're going to add 1 egg, and this is going to help us bind everything together.
I just want to say that Dan and I were watching Susan as we were prepping, and we learned some really cool techniques on pressing garlic, getting the skin off, and she taught us how to actually officially chop an onion correctly. We've been doing it wrong for 53 years, 67 years.
Yeah.
Hey, it's never too late, right?
No, any tricks to help, absolutely. So we added our egg. We're going to add 1 cup of our Italian nut crumbs to the mix instead of breadcrumbs. You can add some more salt if you want. It's really optional. It depends how salty you like your meatballs. Our nut crumbs do have salt and pepper in them. They are low in salt though, so if you want more salt, you can add it.
You know us, we're salt girls.
Yes,
We told her to add it.
And then we're going to take about 7 ounces of shredded Parmesan cheese in here. And again, it depends how much you like to use. You can go less on this. You can add more cheese, totally your preference. And then beforehand, we actually sauteed some onion and garlic in a little bit of butter and olive oil just till it's translucent. It kind of helps bring out the flavor. And we're going to add this whole thing to our meatball mix as well.
Smells so good. I'm just getting excited. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
Now, Susan, if let's say you're short on time, could you do the meatballs without the onion and garlic, or would you do them raw ever without sauteing?
Yeah, I've done them raw before too, and they're good. They just don't have quite as much flavor. The nut crumbs are really flavorful, so even if you're in a rush and you just throw in nut crumbs,
and don't do
yummy.
the onion and garlic. Okay,
absolutely.
We always like to give time-saving tips. So
yeah, so I'm gonna get in here with my hands.
I love it. Organic.
Yeah.
There's no way to squish stuff together like doing it with your hands, right?
So we're just going to mix until it's incorporated. And you want to kind of gauge here. If it feels soupy and it's not coming together, it's too mushy, then add more nut crumbs. If it's too dry, then you can add another egg if you want. Another fun tip, if you're just doing turkey meatballs, which tend to be dry without the fat, you can add a little bit of milk to the mix, and that will actually keep them a little bit more tender and juicy. And it depends on the humidity where you live and all that good stuff.
Oh, there's always so many variables.
Yeah. Okay, so that's literally all you have to do to mix them together. I'm gonna wash my hands and then I'll show you a trick on how to scoop out the meatballs. Okay, so here's a fun trick for your meatballs. It's hard to get meatballs to be all the same shape and size. So if you get one of these cookie scoops, which you can order on Amazon or any place that sells kitchen utensils, they have a bunch of different sizes. I like to make my meatballs small. Some people like bigger meatballs, but all you have to do is take it and scoop it.
Oh,
And
I'm gonna
you
get one
scoop
of
it on
those.
your plate. Now, if this bothers you because it's not totally round, that's fine. You can scoop it in your hand, roll it, then put it on the plate. So that's the easy way to scoop all the meatballs out.
I love it. I like your organic approach.
What is that called? A
Called
cookie
saving-
scooper?
It's called a cookie scooper.
Okay.
And
We're back, and it smells delicious in this kitchen.
so the meatballs are done. We cooked them for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. If you are making sauce, you may want to only cook them for 10 minutes and then finish them off in the sauce. If you're using them for later, or you're not making sauce, or you're putting them in soup or anything else, you can do as is. 20 minutes, 350.
And you make a smaller version for your...
I do.
Soup.
I have a really good Italian wedding soup. I call it my Aunt Joni's Italian wedding soup recipe on our website, and we use this exact meatball recipe in the soup.
Your website is...
nutcrumbs.com. We have our meatball recipe on there. We have a whole bunch of recipes as well.
Okay, I'm hungry, and I'm tired of smelling them. I want to taste them, so
Okay.
I'm digging in. I'm going to do it old school.
Oh,
There
she's
you go.
putting the whole one. I'm going to do
Mhm.
just a little bite into
Oh, I'm going to eat it off the fork like this.
because I'm afraid of, is it
I'm not very
super hot?
classy. Mmm.
No, they're not.
Oh,
Aren't they good?
delicious.
Oh my gosh. This is going to be my new go-to.
Okay, this is the perfect amount of salt for me. We added more salt, but if you
I
don't
don't
like-
I salt things, and this is perfect
it's
for me.
perfect.
I mean,
So, Susan, you told me earlier you could do the same exact recipe, and instead of doing it meatballs, you could put it in a meat loaf pan,
Yep.
right?
I've done that. It's delicious. You can also add, if you want ketchup or anything else you would normally add to meatloaf, but it works perfect like that. I like the pork and turkey combo. I think it tastes really good.
Yes,
it's delicious.
so much flavor.
Yeah. So I really like the pork and turkey combo, but I think ground beef or veal would be delicious too.
So tasty. Thank you for joining us in our
Yeah, thank
kitchen.
you guys for
Thank
having
you.
me. It was fun.
Go to nutcrumbs.com. You've got to get your supply and get some great recipes. So much fun.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, there you go,
This
Danna.
is how you get the skin off easy.
Okay.
Because you do that and then
yes.
it just comes off.
Right. Just by smashing it.
So this, if you just, depending how big you want it, you slice this. You have to make sure that this part is on, because that's what holds it together. And just like this.
When you cut it down the center to cut it in half, it didn't matter where, you just went center right through the stem, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you cut off the side that doesn't have the root attached to it. Because if you cut off this side, the other side's not binding, because this is like where it's
Right,
from.
okay.
And so then that's it.